My name is Terry Budak, and I'm the Associate Director in the Intercultural and Diversity Center, and I'm thrilled to open this year's ceremony. At this time, I ask all our guests to please turn off all electronic devices and then stand to welcome our platform guests and our 2015 ALANA graduates. I now ask all our graduates to please join us in standing for our national anthem, which will be led by the University of Buffalo's all-woman a cappella singing group, the Royal Pitches.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, no bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Welcome to the 19th Annual ALANA Celebration of Achievement. I'd like to welcome our esteemed platform guests, UB Council Member June Hayflick, President Tripathi, Vice President Black, Dr. Stott, Dr. Sia Asamoah, and all of our distinguished platform guests. Thank you for joining us here today, and thank you to the faculty, staff, families, and friends who are here to celebrate this weekend. Of course, our celebration wouldn't mean anything without our graduates. You are the focus and the purpose of this very special day, and it is my honor to host this event and to acknowledge your accomplishments. We are pleased to offer this opportunity for you, your families and friends, as well as the UB community, to come together and share with you the joy of your academic achievements. So please take time to enjoy this moment, take in all of the excitement, and most importantly, be proud of your success. Now it is my pleasure to invite President Tripathi to open our celebration.
Good morning, everyone. I'm really delighted to be here with you. Before we begin, I would like to first express my heartfelt thanks to all the family members, friends, and mentors who have supported our graduates. The achievement we are celebrating today would not have happened without the important role you have played helping to guide these students. And of course, I want to congratulate all of you, the class of 2015. Today, we celebrate and recognize all that you have accomplished as UB students. And we eagerly look forward to your promising futures as alumni of UB. Our university community has benefited greatly from the breadth and depth of your intellectual contributions, as well as the diverse perspectives and experiences you have brought to campus. As UB students, you have honed the most valuable tools in academic life, those of dialogue, collaboration, independent thinking, intellectual curiosity, and a willingness to engage with many different points of view. And outside the classroom, you have been dedicated to building a campus community that values open and honest conversations. In doing so, you have shared new ideas and perspectives, a lively intellectual and cultural exchange, and active collaboration with your peers. These experiences you have gained will remain essential tools for your personal and professional success. And it will no doubt have an impact on many significant contributions you will make to the greater public good as educated citizens. As you enter an increasingly globalized world, you have equipped yourself with the experience and commitment needed to work collaboratively across all borders, and you will create the knowledge and dialogue that enrich entire society, both locally as well as globally. You are the leaders of tomorrow. As you prepare to take up the next great challenge in your lives, know that your alma mater is deeply proud of you. We are grateful for all you have contributed to your university community and look forward to all that you will accomplish as UB alumni. Congratulations.
Thank you, President Tripathi. Now please help me welcome our first student speaker, Naima Mahmood, to share her thoughts and reflections with you.
President Tripathi, Vice President Black, Dr. Sio Azamoah, and all the platform guests, friends, family, and fellow graduates. Good morning to all of you, and it's my honor to stand here before you. Since the day I pulled my UB acceptance letter from the mailbox, I have never stopped dreaming about today. It seemed far away to reach, but close enough to achieve. Today, we are not celebrating the end of a long journey. Perhaps it's the beginning of a more successful one. Each and every one of us shared a common dream and worked towards a common goal. However, we differed in how we got there. Today, this room is full of diversity, and I'm sure you all have a unique story that is worth sharing and praising. ALANA is a very special event that appreciates what is too often overlooked or sometimes seen as an inhibiting factor. It celebrates diversity, an important part of what UB means to me. The reason why we left our motherland was because of the Civil War, which is still going on for over 20 years now. For every country I've ever been to, I never stopped dreaming about completing a higher education so I can make a change in my country as well as my community here. Now that I have completed my degree in psychology, I want to go back to my country and help my people that suffered and are still suffering from the effects of the war. My degree is more than just another line on my resume, but rather the knowledge and the experiences I have gained from UB are much more valuable to reach my goals. I am lucky to have started my UB experience with my sister. At first, I was scared because coming from a small community college and prior to that from high school, the size of the school was a total shock. And I didn't think I would ever be able to get to my classes without constantly rechecking my schedule before each class. However, after only a few days, that wasn't an issue anymore. My cousin, a graduate student at the time, offered me and my sister a piece of advice. He said, once you think UB seems smaller than you ever thought it would, it's time for you to get out of here. Just like you, as a student from underrepresented group, I sometimes felt that where I came from might negatively correlate with what I can achieve. However, UB has taught me that no matter where my background, ethnicity, or religion is, I can achieve what I put my mind to. During my time here, my professors and peers have appreciated what I brought to the table, rather than focusing on what I'm wearing on my head. My expectations of both myself and the world has drastically changed. Now I have the courage that I can dream and, more importantly, achieve whatever I wish for. UB has become my second home, where I not only got the chance to receive an education, but I was able to meet new people from literally all over the world. I am proud of who I am and consider myself a product of a countless professional staff's guidance, great faculty's endless encouragements, and my family and friends' limitless support. I now have no doubt of my ability to be a positive influence on the world. I have gained confidence in myself, became more positive, and fully believe in my abilities. Now let's all take a moment and remember the unforgettable memories we have shared here in UB. The endless assignments, paper after paper, the last-minute cramming due to our very dear friend, procrastination, the long lines of waiting for our papers to print, the times we attended class not knowing there was a test that day, but took it anyway. All the activities I participated with my peers through the MSA Club, such as the Appreciation Day for employees, which in my opinion was a very kind act. All the obstacles we overcame, all the exams we have passed, the unexpected grades we have received, and lastly, everyone that said we couldn't do it, that we proudly proved them wrong. All of the things that college has to offer made us grow. And now we all are a living proof that with hard work and persistency, dreams do actually come true. Who motivates you? For me, all that I have and will achieve is possible because of my precious mother. I couldn't have been more proud to be the first person in my family graduating with a bachelor's degree. And of course, to set a great example for my siblings and my little precious daughter, which by the way is my youngest cheerleader, yet my biggest motivation. As we sit here and reflect on our achievements, let's not forget the people along the way who believed in us. Therefore, I want to take the time and thank the very special people who have been my backbone through it all, my incredible sister, and my very supportive husband. My fellow graduates, let's all rise together. Let's put in use what we have learned and show the world what we are capable of. I want to leave you with one of my favorite quotes that I believe fits perfectly in this celebration. Why try to fit in when you are born to stand out? Congratulations to the class of 2015. Thank you.
Thank you, Naima. That was fantastic. Hello, everyone. My name is Phyllis Floro, and I am the Director of the Office of Student Engagement. And I have the very exciting pleasure to introduce some UB entertainment. Please help me give an energetic welcome to LASA, the Latin American Student Association, and FASA, Filipino American Student Association. Okay, I think I'm awake, and I picked up on a few new moves, but I don't know. Let's give them one more round of applause. That was fantastic. Now I would like to introduce our next student speaker, Taser Sweeney Chakravarthy.
President Tripati, Vice President Black, Dr. Sia Asamoah, and all the platform guests, friends, family, and fellow graduates, good morning. First of all, congratulations to my fellow graduates. The hours we spent in Capon have all finally paid off. Over the years, we have worked hard and supported each other through everything, and it is my honor to address you today. The advocacy and recognition of the achievements of minority students is something that is not often appreciated, and I applaud each and every one of you for your efforts in both the UB and Buffalo communities. UB has an incredibly diverse collection of students and faculty, and the efforts of ALANA to celebrate culture truly showcase what underrepresented students have to offer. As a minority female in the biotechnology major, I feel that UB has recognized my efforts in a way that I've never experienced, specifically through the many initiatives present to encourage and empower women to pursue STEM degrees. I came to college as a terrified, shy freshman, and even the thought of giving a speech would have given me anxiety. The past 4 years have changed my outlook on life and given me reassurance as well as a sense of self-confidence that I never knew I had. I gained the courage to join student organizations and clubs, became involved in research, and I learned to give back to the community and advocate for those who do not have a voice. While at UB, I joined the executive board of the Sikh Student Association and helped to organize community service and awareness initiatives for marginalized groups like refugees and victims of political violence. This university genuinely helped me feel like I was making a difference. The sheer amount of educational opportunity at UB has allowed us to learn so much both inside and outside the classroom. Our professors and mentors have helped us succeed, and programs like C-STEP, We Lead, and the McNair Scholars once again reflect the aims of ALANA by giving underrepresented students the opportunity to thrive, and we have gone above and beyond what was expected of us. There were times when I worried that my career goals clashed with my desire for a family in the future, but speaking with successful career women through the We Lead program helped motivate me never to compromise my dreams simply to cater to society's expectations. Furthermore, I can honestly say that I owe much of my undergraduate triumphs to the persistence and encouragement of my own academic and personal mentors. Of course, the path to success has its own obstacles. Like many of you may have experienced, I personally felt an internal battle that I hadn't chosen the right major. I was concerned that my major and values weren't aligned, and that studying biotechnology would compromise my desire to help others. I was constantly worried that I would fail. I felt a lack of direction in life that I'm sure many of you have faced as well. My professors helped show me that there is real humanitarian work to be done, even in the research field, and that opened my eyes to the many ways in which we all can make a difference. The opportunities offered at UB truly helped give me a sense of purpose, and I hope to uphold the values I learned here by taking an even more active role in volunteering with organizations within the Buffalo community. While our college careers have been filled with exams and stress, we have also made wonderful memories and lifelong friends. We have laughed together, cried together, and we will never forget each other, even as we part ways. The transition to adulthood is not an easy one. Whether we will enter the workforce or attend graduate school, becoming fully independent for the first time is difficult. Each of us has goals, dreams, and ambitions that we will work hard to achieve. We all want to make a difference, and I sincerely believe we can. We will certainly face hardships along the way, but we have come this far and overcome so much that I have faith in every single one of us. I leave you today with the poem Invictus by William Ernest Henley as a reminder that we can and will prevail regardless of what life throws at us. This poem helped reaffirm my determination during times of adversity, and should you find yourselves in similar situations, I hope that you can use this as a source of inspiration just as I once did. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Congratulations, class of 2015, we made it. Let's go out and leave our mark on the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Teju, for those words to your peers. Hello, everyone. My name is Tom Taveri. I'm a Director of Student Life here at UB. Our keynote speaker today is Dr. Dorothy Siao Asamoah. Dr. Dorothy Siao Asamoah is a clinical assistant professor in the Department of Organizational Behavior and Human Services in the School of Management. She earned her Bachelor of Science, her MBA, and her PhD in Communication, all from the University at Buffalo. Raised in Ghana, West Africa, Dr. Siao Asamoah migrated to the United Kingdom in the early 90s and later to the United States in 1995. She settled in Mount Vernon, New York for 3 years before moving upstate with 2 children and another one on her way. Dorothy subsequently graduated magna cum laude in 2003 with a BS in Business Administration and concentrations in Human Resources and Management Information Systems. As an undergraduate student, she interned with Student Support Services and with the Cora P. Maloney Public Service Internship Program. Upon graduating, she immediately joined the MBA program as a Schomburg Fellow, where her desire to see many more minorities enrolled in the program was further heightened. During her MBA experience, Dr. Siao Asamoah remained engaged in the various activities in the department, university, and community as a student intern in human resources at General Mills. She was the 2005 School of Management LEAP Award recipient in Human Resource Management, and in that same year was our very own ALANA student speaker. Currently, Dr. Siao Asamoah teaches organizational behavior and leadership to undergraduate students. She is the Assistant Faculty Director of the award-winning Leader Corps program in the MBA program and the Program Coordinator of the Finance Academy at the UB School of Management. She is a recent Fellow of the University of Virginia GGP program and remains involved with the research interest in business and health communications with the culture as a factor. In her spare time, Dorothy participates in medical and educational mission trips to Ghana, is actively involved with her family's foundation, HosieKids.org, and is a board member of Child and Adolescent Treatment Services of Western New York. And that's in her free time. Please help me welcome Dr. Dorothy Siao Asamoah to share her keynote address.
Thank you, Tom. You pronounced the name perfectly. It is wonderful to be here. It brings back so many memories. And I'm just trying to just soak it all in. But before I do that, UB Council member Mrs. June Hayflick, President Tripathi, Vice President Black, Dr. Scott, and distinguished guests. It is an honor to be here, along with diverse alumni, special guests, family members, friends, to celebrate this special day. Most of all, it is an honor to be here with UB ALANA class of 2015. Well done. Give yourselves a hand of applause. About 2 or 3 weeks ago, I got a call from a dear friend of mine, and she said, Dorothy, we would like you to be the keynote speaker. I said, really? Let me think about it. I went to the business school, and we are trained not to say yes immediately. You have to think about it, right? So I went home, and I said, Mom, you tell your kids everything except other things, right? So I said to my 16-year-old daughter, Audrey, guess what? I got a call to be the keynote speaker for so-and-so. Silence. So I'm looking around, wondering, did I say something wrong? And then she turned and looked at me. Mom? I said, yes. Why do they think you're Oprah Winfrey or something? I said, wow. I'm not Oprah Winfrey, but I'm your mom. So just as Tom graciously said, for me, this is like a full circle, okay? 12 years ago, I sat here, one of you, just wondering, wow, those graduate gowns, I like those. So maybe I'll just stay for 2 more years. And I did, so I got the graduate gowns. And then as I sat there, I looked at the doctoral gowns, and I said, maybe 7 more years, and I was back, doctoral gown. So who knows, maybe as you keep staying around, just changing buildings, you keep changing your gowns. But it's a lot of work. However, I have a number of kente stoles, as you can tell. I wanted to make sure you know I've been here a long time, and that's okay. Now, I'm not going to stand here and give you a lecture. For those of you who've had the unfortunate privilege of being in my class, you've had enough of my lectures, right? I'm not going to tell you to go change the world, make a difference. Maybe I will, but we'll see. But for now, I just want you to just bear with me for the next few minutes. I'm just going to tell you stories. And as I go through these stories, I just want you to take a little bit here and a little bit there, so that someday, when you're still 21 like I am, you can look back and remember class of 2015. I want to just take a second to honor my 2 boys who are here today with me. Patrick and Andrew, get up and say hello to everyone. Your generation has heard so much. We tell you what to do, when to do it, where to get to. However, everything you do is tweaked, is linked, is Facebooked. What else? So many things, right? Yes, more of those. So all we're going to do today is to have a conversation. But my conversation starts with diamond. Diamond. I said to one of my dear friends, I have no idea what I'm going to share with my students on Friday. And then she said, are you sure? I said, yes. I want to use letters so they'll remember. So we picked the first letter of my name, Dorothy. And we couldn't come up with anything. Dog, duck, David, Dorothy, that won't help. So we dropped that. And I said, I have C's. I have 4 C's that I want to talk about. And she said, I know something. I said, what? Diamond. Okay. So diamond. It is said that every diamond is a miracle of time, place, and chance. So like snowflakes, no 2 diamonds are exactly alike. Until the middle of the 20th century, there was no agreed upon standard by which diamonds could be judged. And then finally, they found a way. So in order to get the best diamond, hint, hint, for those of you who have diamond coming up, I don't know, you need 4 C's: the color, the clarity, the cut, and the carat weight. But forget about that for now. Diamonds. You are our diamonds. And as you walk down the stage today and get your diploma, we look to you as our diamonds. You're more even precious than diamonds. But my 4 C's for you today begins with the first C being connection. The second will be character. The third is courage. And the last is compassion. So you are diamonds. You have 4 C's. Connection, character, courage, and compassion. So what do I mean by connection? The first thing is to remain connected to your vine. The truth is, life is not easy, but life is great. However, you need to find your vine so you'll be grounded, established, and be able to be like the tree that is planted by the rivers of waters. So your leaves will never wither, and whatever you do will prosper. So the first thing is to be connected to your vine. The second thing is to be connected to your family. One of the student speakers said how grateful they are to their family. You both did. And I want you to just think about the many times that you sent a text. My boy does it. Hi, Mom, how are you? Can you send me $50, please? Oh, I really meant $250, not $50. Think about the many people who have touched you in different ways. My mom told me a story a long time ago. She said, when I finished school, the first salary I received, I had to give a bit to everyone who had touched my life. I said, really? She said, yes. I said, okay. And in my culture, when you say everyone, it's not just mom and dad, it's everyone down the street. But remain connected to your family. 10 years ago, exactly a decade ago, I stood here as the student speaker, like Teju did. And to my right, my family sat. My parents had flown all the way from across the oceans. My husband, my 3 little kids. I took it for granted. I thought my mom would be here forever. 10 years today, she's not. But I know she's watching me from heaven. But I want you to remember, as long as you have them with you, remain connected. Make those phone calls. When you start making a lot of money, don't forget the people who helped you to get to where you are. So stay connected to your family. The third connection, stay connected to your alma mater. As you can see, I never went away. I just kept changing buildings, okay? And as a student, I was involved in the student support services. I was blessed with mentors and support from everywhere I could turn. Now, when I came back to school, I didn't even know how to turn on a computer. I had 3 kids. One day, I went to Lockwood Library, and I was working on my computer, and I had to get up and go to the restroom. And then the computer went, what do you call it, just... Thank you. So I came back and I said, what did I do? My computer is dead. I had no idea what to do. So I'm sitting down, turning and tossing, and then one of my classmates went, oh, hi, Dorothy, just sat by me, and he just touched the mouse, and the computer came alive. I said, yes. I said, miracle. One of those days, I went home after a statistics class. I was struggling. And my poor boys, they had a party, had milk and chocolate drink in front of the living room. I entered, and my front, I said, what are you doing? I started screaming on them. It had nothing to do with them. It had everything to do with the statistics. I had no idea what I was doing. Why am I sharing these stories with you? It's not easy. But stay connected to your family and your alma mater. The next C is character. What is character? It is the moral and mental qualities that is distinct to an individual. You can have all the things in this world, but if you do not have character, you are nothing. Character is when no one is looking. I tell my kids all the time. I have to tell myself many more times. Character is when you're taking that exam and someone has their open book right to your right, and you refuse to look at it and stay focused. But as you go into the world, there will be many opportunities where your character will be tested. Remember where you came from and stick to the straight and narrow. I read a story about a very successful Harvard business professor who had done well for himself. He was a consultant, and he teaches in the business school. And so he teaches future business leaders how to make decisions, management decisions based on models and theory. That's what we do in academia, right? But at the end of the semester, he would ask his students 3 things. Of all the things that we've learned, I want you to apply these models to your life. So the class of 2010 had asked him to come back and give them an encouraging word for the rest of their lives. So these are the 3 questions that he asked them, and I want to share with you. How can you be sure that you will be happy in your career, number 1? How can you be sure that your relationships with your family and your friends will become an enduring source of happiness? And how can you be sure that you will not stay out of jail? This man wrote a beautiful article, and I encourage you, because you are all very astute and hardworking students, to look it up and read. How will you measure your life? By Christensen. And these 3 things are important. And to him, the 3rd was most important, because when he graduated with his Rhodes Scholars, 32 of them, 2 out of the 32 ended up in jail because of Enron's scandal. They were good people. They were all very nice people. But something must have happened. So I encourage you this morning, as you go on your wonderful, beautiful ways, remember, character counts. And it just it depends on who you're connected with, so that you can always remember to come back and stay focused. The 3rd C is courage. The Latin word for courage is heart, your whole heart. And the dictionary definition says that it's the quality of mind or spirit that enables a person to face difficulty, danger, pain without fear. A person of courage is authentic. A person of courage is someone who allows him or herself to be vulnerable. It's okay to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is beautiful. It's okay to ask for help. Ask my boys. I ask for help so much, sometimes when I call, they selectively hear me. Think about the many people that you know who are people of courage. Your parents, your neighbors. Think about Gandhi. Think about Abraham Lincoln. Think about Rosa Parks. All she did was to sit. And because she chose to sit, it allowed someone else, Martin Luther King, to walk. And because Martin Luther King was able to walk, it allowed President Barack Obama to run and be a president of the United States of America. Courage. Courage. You need to be connected. You need to be a person of character. You need to be courageous. Look at the young woman from Pakistan, Malala. She was only 17, and she had to face this situation of having to be hurt because she just wants to go to school. Character. Think about Harriet Tubman, who someday we may see on a $20 note. Courage. And so as you go out knowing that you're going to be a person of courage. Life is good, but life is hard. Many things will happen. You will lose wonderful people, but remember, the most important thing is knowing who you are and remaining grounded in your vine. My last C is compassion. It is a beautiful word. There is nothing wrong with being compassionate. You can be successful, make all the money you want. In fact, do, and send us some money, okay? I tell my students all the time, I do this because I want you to make sure when you grow up and you make a lot of money, you send me a check every once in a while. And I will not return it to sender. I will keep it. Yes, compassion is good. But compassion should be, you should have compassion on yourself and be able to have compassion for others. Compassion is not sympathy. Compassion is thinking for others in addition to yourself. One of the things that I enjoy doing as an instructor is I give assignments. Yes, those who've been in my class. And one of my favorite assignments, I have students write, ask a few people to tell them when it was that they saw them at their best. And I have them go through some few exercises. They hate me when they're doing it, but when they get their feedback and people tell them, you were at your best when you did this and that, they love it. And I'm going to share a story with you, just a brief paragraph of what one of my students just sent. Quote, except from one of my respondents, I have been able to see that my ability and desire to serve others is in even the simplest form, is something that makes me who I am, and something that will gain great respect. All knowledge and no action will never bring about change. Seeing that my strengths are essential brings me a reason to live. This is a junior in the School of Management. A story is told about a person who was traveling for the sake of this conversation, let's say from Buffalo to Rochester. And he was robbed and attacked on the way. He was bruised, all his money was taken away, and he was left lying on the side of the road. A priest came by and saw the man lying down, and he walked to the other side. We all do that. We go to the east side of Buffalo and we see a guy coming down the hall, and we decide, I see you, I'm going this way. We do that. Another priest walked by and saw the man lying down, bruised, bleeding, and decided, maybe I'll change my course. And another one came by. It doesn't say whether he was a priest or not, only that he's a human being. And he carried this bruised man in his Rolls Royce, okay? In my Toyota, I don't want anything to stain, but he carried him in his Rolls Royce and took him to, let's say, the Golden Tulip there. I don't even know the most expensive restaurant, but we'll pick one, and said to the keeper, take care of this person. Make sure you keep the bill for me. Next time when I'm walking back, I will pay. That is compassion. Compassion is when you reach out to someone who doesn't look like you, talk like you, act like you, dress like you, and yet you have the same heart for him as you will have for your own. Compassion is when you are able to stand up for what is right. When you see others being abused, being mistreated, that is compassion. Without even being seen, you stand up for what is true, what is right, and it will be a blessing to our society. So I stand here sharing this because I know so much compassion has been expressed to me. Whoever I am and whatever you see standing here is a combination of so many hands, black, white, gray, yellow, green, short, tall, big, fat, all that you can think of. I am so blessed because many people have reached out to me and blessed me along my way. What does this all mean? I told you I wasn't going to give you a lecture. I'm just going to encourage you. So I challenge you. As you go out there, you are our diamonds. But make up your own 4 C's. And that is connect, be a person of character, be courageous, and have compassion. We all know the richest man in the world, Bill Gates, right? So let's just assume for a minute he's had enough of us on earth, so he's deciding to travel to the sun somewhere. So he calls 3 of his most favorite employees and says, here you are, I'm giving you $5 million. Go and do what you want with it. And the second, he gives $2 million. And the third, he gives 1. And he said, I'll be back at a certain time. They are gifts. We each have to make a decision what we want to do with the gifts that we have. So the one with the 5 went and invested it. And when Bill Gates came back, he said, here I am. I want to give an account. The 5 you gave me, I have 10 back. Bill Gates says, wonderful. I have to promote you because you kept your word. The second one with the 2 million came back and presented 4 million back. Well done. He or she was also promoted. And the one with the 1 million said, I know how mean you are, Bill. So I went and hid it so it will not be touched. So here you are, your 1 million back. And Bill Gates looks at them and said, really? You know how mean I am? You could have at least invested in Facebook. Because you know that the class of 2015, they use Facebook. Someone will invest in it, and I will get at least interest. You could have taken it to the bank. Well, give it back to me, and I'll give it to the one that I gave 5 million. You know why? Because so much has been given to us, and we decide to do what we want to do with it. If you put it to use, it will bear fruits, and it will multiply. And it will not only bless you, but it will bless so many more people. And in fact, for those who don't put it to use, it will be taken from them, and it will be added on to you. So my encouragement to you is, you have gifts. Gifts of knowledge, gifts of network, so much more than you can even imagine. Look to your left and look to your right. They could be the next president, for all you know. Don't forget me, though, when you get to the White House. You have so much. Put it to use. Don't let it rust. Give it back to your family. Give it back to your community. Give it back to your alma mater, and we will not forget you. My final thoughts. I want to leave this podium today, and I know you won't remember anything that I've said. That's okay. But remember one thing. You are a blessed generation. You have so much going for you. So my prayer for you today is that God will bless you and grant you the serenity to accept the things you cannot change, the courage to change the things you can, but most importantly, the wisdom to know the difference. Thank you, and God bless you.